If you've ever had a hard time deciphering order blocks, acknowledging them, recognizing them, or understanding how to use them, this is a quick 5-minute video on how to do so. So right off the bat, what I normally do is I'll mark out the time zone that I'm looking at. 9:30 Eastern time is what I normally trade. And an order block is basically going to be the move prior to the move that I'm looking to actually enter. Let me explain because that might sound confusing. So typically, when I'm looking to enter into a trade, I'm deciding first what direction am I going in? Am I going up or am I going down? Let's say I'm looking for a trade to go up in this example. Every time a price moves upward, it's going to move down first before it moves up. That downward move is your order block. Simple. That prior move, that sort of retracement or pullback, if you will, prior to the actual singular move that you're looking for is your order block. So how do you identify it? Your order block is going to be, again, the opposite move or move in direction that's opposite to what you're looking for. And it's not just going to be, let's say we're looking here, price starts at 9:30, I'm looking for an upward move, I'm going to look for a downward move prior to the up move. It's not just going to be this one particular downward candle, it's going to be the collection of the two. Even if I don't spot this, I could always spot this here, or I can even spot this right here. This is actually great. 3 candle move prior to a nice big powerful move that tends to be a bit bigger or taller than its previous candles. This shows a nice displacement. It shows that price really wants to go up, and it's clear, it's obvious, it's a lot bigger. But remember that with an order block, you're not just looking at the one candle down before the candle up. It's going to be all the candles that are also down. So here we happen to have 3, here we happen to have these 2. So for this example, I'm going to use this one, but you can definitely use these 2, or we'll use both, doesn't matter. When I'm marking out the order block with these 2 candles, it's going to be from the top to the bottom of 2 of them. So I'm going to look at the top of this candle, take a box, stick it up there, drag it all the way down to the bottom of this candle. I'm not looking at the wicks, I'm looking at the actual bodies, and then I'm going to draw it out. Similarly to a fair value gap. I can again use this as well too, but this is a little bit more prominent because it's right here at the bottom, just maybe 5 minutes after market open. So this is what an order block does. It acknowledges this space as being powerful. So anytime a price dips into it, the idea is that for an order block, it's going to go back out. And that's what you want. Again, you have to have a bias. In this case, our bias is bullish. Then we have to look for an order block. In this case, it's going to be a downward move prior to a really powerful move up. And this light blue is our powerful move up. We're going to mark it with a box from the top of this candle to the bottom of the second candle and draw it out. And whenever price enters into this space, this gives us our go. So this could be an entry right here, but I definitely prefer this entry here. Why? Because when I look into this box, if you can barely see, there's a little orange line that demarcates half entry of this box. I like to see a candle enter into this space and touch halfway into this box to really show how strong this order block is, and then it starts to power out. That's the best way to identify an order block. Let's look for another quick example if we can. Let's say I look somewhere over here and I've not pre-looked for anything. Again, I like to look sort of at the 9:30 because that's typically the time that I trade. And you can find this on the 5-minute, the 1-minute, the 15-minute, but because you want to use it as a way to enter, and I like to enter in on a lower time frame, I like to look at it on the 1-minute. 5-minute as well, but again, on the 1-minute. Here, I'm expecting price to move up for this example. So I'm going to look for an order block that's going to show me a really dynamic move upward. And I see one right here, actually. Why do I mark this out? And again, am I just going to mark only this square down here? No, I'm going to have to draw it all the way up here as my order block because I'm looking at both these 2 squares as an order, and I'll pull it out. I also see this here because this is one singular candle. It's dark. It's just before a really big, powerful move up, indicating where it wants to go. So obviously with this one, I couldn't have used it as effectively, not during this time. But I notice here at this 9:59, when I drew this on, candle entered into this space beautifully, respecting it. You don't, just like a fair value gap, you don't see an actual body of a candle sticking out outside of this square. You see that it respects the square, gets a little small, and starts to show bullish moves going upward, letting you know that this, first of all, is an order block that it recognizes, it's drawn properly, and price really does want to go up. So I hope that kind of explains what an order block is. It's not as confusing as most people think it might be, and I hope that helped.